What's up, party people?
Worst night in Expedition history. Worst twist, worst vote, worst outcome, worst feelings. I feel like I shit my pants 6 times. So going into the strategy, my plan was, let's just go for Courtney. Courtney said she's gonna vote for Joseph. That's 2 people that aren't in this Cranberry 5 to go. Sounded like a good plan until Joshy, one of the 5, decided, let me just fuck 5 games in one night. He tells me that Jess leaked information to Ryan about what my plans were.
Truth?
I've been put in a very beneficial position to kind of capitalize on that. I want to make clear, I don't care that I got that vote. I wanted to hear from Kara and Eli that it was Aaliyah and Joshy. I wanted to hear from Aaliyah and Joshy that it was Eli and Kara, because all I have to do is go to the other 2 and say that the other 2 said that. And just act like I was just trying to get the story. I just want to know what the truth is. There was immediately a lack of distrust. So if Joshy or Aaliyah leave, they put their boomerang vote on Kara or Eli. One of them leaves and I get an ally in the other one. Spoiler alert, it went swimmingly.
I've lost Joshy and Kara in my alliance, and now Aaliyah's pretty pissed at us because we didn't tell her. Whatever.
I had no clue Kara was getting any votes, and that makes me question my relationship with Aaliyah.
Whatever. I don't know. I'm just pissed off. I think this is the worst night ever. Sorry I have no callers calling in. I'm just annoyed.
But right now, me, Jess, Courtney, Annie, Austin, there's some mixed loyalty there. Austin really only trusts Jess.
Jess, how do you feel about tonight? I mean, you said to us that Eli kind of scolded you tonight. How do you feel?
Well, there was some kind of confusion. Yeah, I mean, Eli and I did have a conversation that he was a little heated with me and upset, and so what I know is that for some reason someone wanted to stir stuff up.
I just don't think anybody should really scold anybody. That's just me. But
yeah,
there's so much beef going on. There's beef between Eli and Jess. There's beef between Austin and Ryan, Eli and Ryan, Aaliyah and Austin. Aaliyah's rightly upset that she felt like she got left out of the vote.
Yeah.
She was annoyed that she was described by Austin as being riled up when she was just in her feelings in a moment and still grieving being not in the information, which is completely valid, and I get that. But her Wi-Fi was playing up, and she cut out for a second, and she came back, and Courtney went, "Oh, she's pissed," and she caught it just as she was coming back in. So Aaliyah was like, "As soon as I leave, you start talking shit about me," and it just exploded from there. And I'm just like,
right. And Courtney's pretty explosive tonight. And
she does wear her heart on her sleeve, so I hope between rounds she has a chance to decompress. But I wanted to check in to see how you're doing. I had a really good emotional connection with Jess and discussion and conversation.
I came into this today feeling like I kind of knew where I stood, and I don't feel like I know that now, and I don't love that. I don't know. Someone's lying to me in that big group, and I'm just not really sure who it is.
I'm in the same boat as well.
Well, you are a target because you keep doing awesome, and even though you say you don't have the compass, everybody thinks you have the compass.
But whether I do or don't, I'm not here to confirm or deny.
No, I'm not trying to at all.
Oh, yeah.
Like you scare people, and I just like to observe it, and I think it's interesting because I think you're such a cool guy.
You mentioned that you don't feel like you know your place in this whole group.
Yeah.
I genuinely agree with Austin, and I think you're in a very safe place. But I say this from a caring place, just know that, and it's a bit of maybe constructive feedback, that I think that people think you're in a very safe spot because they don't think you're a threat.
Yeah, because I keep doing stupid shit.
No, not that you do stupid shit. I think very happy-go-lucky, will go along with the plan. That's what I'm getting from other people and what they said. And what's something that's irked me for most of the game is that in that first vote, the Megan one, people didn't want to vote you and wanted to keep you around because they thought you were a good number, essentially. So people, I think, perceive you as someone that's a number for them and not necessarily an ally. I like to see you as an ally and not just someone that I can bring in for a vote to do what I want to do. So I feel like, and I told Jess, people think you're a number. She is, unfortunately.
Truth. I have made myself seem weaker in this game to have people expect less of me. I mean, with like the Eli, right? Eli loves to hear himself talk. I don't need to prove myself to Eli. You know,
No,
I don't need
and
to
you
prove
shouldn't.
myself to the. And when for me, and just being, a feminist me, when someone wants to like perceive me in a certain way, I want to use that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just I'm used to. I
Oh.
it's why I am successful in my life now. So
That's amazing. So
yeah.
as long as you're happy, I'm happy.
hmm Well, I get to spend my life helping people, which makes me happy. That's who I am.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to try to work together, I'm not opposed to that, but we would have to pull in some other people because the two of us are not going to rock this world. Truth. I bonded with Joseph today. Well, maybe me, you, and Courtney are a funny trio. Like, I'm so glad that I
The
share this with you
neurodivergent
because
trio.
no one understands this ADHD thing, especially when they didn't grow up with it. Like, it's so weird. Anyway, I didn't mean to get into that whole thing.
No, that's okay. These things happen in our life. Like, people sometimes forget that we, other than these 3 hours, 4 or 5 times a week, we have a life that's 21 hours outside of this that we have to live, and we all have our own things going on. Thank you. What a lovely note to finish on. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Jess.
Okay.
I want Jess to play a better game. I want her to play a more active game. And if she doesn't, I'm taking Jess to the end. Because I know I can beat her. I can beat most people here. Austin is a close second. Ryan is a close third. But I don't see anyone else in the race at the moment. Let's hope they all self-implode. That would be great. If there's no twists for Crossroads, it will be even more fractured.
Hello and welcome everyone to Expedition Online Uluru. It's day 10. We have 8 explorers still vying for their chance of becoming the ultimate explorer. All right, everyone, we have quite the day ready for you. Are you ready for another twist?
No.
Too bad. Let's get to it. So, for today's Crossroads, we are doing an Expedition Classic. It is the reverse vote. How today's vote will work is the player with the least amount of votes will be deserted at the Crossroads. So just to be clear, you need to have at least one vote, but the player with the least amount of votes will be eliminated. So the player with the most votes will be safe. Players with 0 votes will be safe. Also, how many votes you have at tonight's Crossroads will depend on how well you do in this competition. 8th place in this competition will not have a vote tonight. The first person to drop will have no votes. The 7th place person will only have 1 vote at tonight's Crossroads. 5th and 6th place will have 2 votes at tonight's Crossroads. 3rd and 4th place will have 3 votes. 1st and 2nd place will have 4 votes. 1st place will also have exemption for this evening. None of those votes can be placed on them. Are we ready for tonight's challenge? It is actually one of my favorites. Let's go over to challenge coordinator Jess for the challenge.
Welcome to Keep the Pressure On. For today's challenge, you will need 5 12-ounce beverage cans. This is an endurance competition. When we begin, you will start with just 3 cans. You will lay them horizontally end to end. You will put one hand on either of the end cans. They can have an overhand grip, an underhand grip, or a mixture. You just may not hold the cans on the ends like that. That's a no-no. So you will squeeze the can in the middle with the outer two cans without touching or supporting that center can with your hands in any way. You will pick it up. You need to keep your arms between your belly button and your shoulders at certain intervals. You will be prompted to add an additional can. Hold those cans for as long as you can, keeping the pressure on. The last explorer remaining standing wins exemption. Good luck.
Let's get in position. You guys should have 3 cans. I will give you guys a 5 seconds to get them up in place, and then we will start. Each transition will have a countdown. The countdown will be generous. Please don't push me though. I don't want to eliminate you, but I will. Perfect. All right, starting up the challenge in 3, 2, 1, go. Got 5, 4, everybody's up and ready. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, this challenge has begun. From this point forward, anyone who drops will be out. First person out will not have any votes at tonight's crossroads. And votes are going to be massive. The player with the least amount of votes will be eliminated. Having a lot of votes in a situation like that will come in handy. Having allies with votes in a situation like that will come in handy. Having advantages in a situation like that will definitely come in handy. It has been a crazy game so far. Lots of twists and turns.
Keep the cans horizontal, please.
Yeah, no dancing.
That's your one warning.
I almost feel like Jess is helping you with that one. Dancing around is not helpful in a competition like this.
Courtney, the cans can't go above your shoulders. You're out.
Sorry, Courtney. You have been eliminated from the challenge. You will not have any votes tonight. All right, next player eliminated from the challenge will have 1 vote at tonight's crossroads.
We're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
So again, just to reiterate on the transition, you'll have about 10 seconds to transition. Oh, he's down. All right, Austin has 1 vote this evening. All right, so we will transition in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. You have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cans up. All right. I approve everyone's transition there. Let's be a little bit quicker next time, couple of you. You almost pushed me to my limit, but I'm allowing it. Next, 2 players out will receive 2 votes at tonight's crossroads. Eli is going to be one of those players, as he has been eliminated. All right, 2 more minutes with this amount of cans. This is usually where we lose most players. Oh. And he's got a crowd over there supporting her, it looks like. Everyone's looking pretty solid right now.
Keep them below your shoulders.
Oh, as I say that, we had a couple jitters. I'm not seeing his face right now, but Joseph almost. Looks like he just held it together. Ryan looks like he's on his, just on the edge there.
We're at 5.5 minutes. So 1 more minute.
1 more minute at 4 cans, and then the transition to 5 cans is bound to eat up a couple of you. That is not easy, so make sure you get those up as soon as you can. Again, there's a little bit of a mercy period after the 10, but not much, so make sure we get those 10 cans up, all right? We just about ready, Jess?
We're at 6:10.
Okay, so we're going to move into our final transition in 3, 2, 1. You can drop them down. We've got 10 seconds for you to get 5 cans up. 9,
Jonathan, can
8,
you call Jess anything other than
7,
Jess?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cans up. Everyone has made the transition, but Ryan drops right away. He is out of the comp. He has 2 votes this evening. The next 2 players out will have 3 votes at tonight's Crossroads. One of them will be Joseph. And sorry, yes, Jess. I will try to challenge coordinator Jess. Jess is now out of the competition. We are down to Annie and Aaliyah. Both of them have 4 votes this evening. We are now just seeing which one of them will be safe. Aaliyah's looking strong. Annie looks like she's got it right on the edge a little bit.
That finger.
Oh, Aaliyah's just got to make sure her finger's good. Okay. We're going to call that a warning, though, Aaliyah. Oh, Annie has dropped. Aaliyah has 1 exemption for the evening. She will be safe. She will have 4 votes.
Eli! Period!
She seems happy about it. All right, Annie. Annie, you will still receive 4 votes at tonight's Crossroads.
In 8th place with 0 votes, we have Courtney. 7th place with 1 vote is Austin. 6th place and 5th place. 6th place was Eli, and 5th place was Ryan. Eli and Ryan get 2 votes. 4th place is Joseph. 3rd place is Jess. Both 4th and 3rd place get 3 votes. 2nd place is Annie and Aaliyah in 1st place. Annie and Aaliyah both get 4 votes, and Aaliyah wins exemption.
All right, everyone. There you have it. You have about an hour and 30 minutes to navigate through this twist. Good luck to you.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean to be a moocher. I would love just your 4 votes and just get us both into the next round.
So I guess my question is, like, if I were to, like, at least give you a couple, like, are you gonna look out for me? You know, like, if I'm, you know, like, how's it gonna go?
I gave you my word when Rendezvous started that I was going to look out for you. I promise you that there's bigger beefs between these people that are going to eat each other apart than there's going to be against you. Again, I don't think I meant this when I said it to you yesterday. I think I have more inroads than you do, but I don't think I'm necessarily in any better position than you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
No,
I think we both need to keep looking out for each other. I mean that genuinely.
Okay.
I know we're both straight up people. I would not be bullshitting you if I thought it was just one and done, like
No.
it was all over. You hear the argument. I think a lot of them are eating each other alive in terms of just like people can't keep other people's names out of their mouth.
No, like the whole Jess Eli thing, the whole Eli Austin, the whole Joseph Austin, you know. So like I do think that like they will crumble, but I'm definitely down to like give you a couple votes.
So if I get everyone to vote for me,
You'll be fine. If I were you, Courtney, I would piss you off.
Just make it on me. Just make it on me. You both make it on me. Make it on me. I love you both so much.
All right, I'm gonna go by the fire.
Are you okay?
Courtney,
Are you
I
okay?
will talk to Aaliyah and try to be like, hey, let's stick together with girls, so she gives you a vote.
How many are you willing to give me?
I could say maybe 2 right now, but I'm not
Because
giving a vote to.
what I will
I'm
say,
not giving Eli or Austin a vote.
if there's somebody else that you want to give votes to, I can just give my 2 to them. I don't want as many. My thing is like, again,
I
it's not that I
forget you
don't.
can't vote for yourself.
I don't trust. It's not that I don't trust you. I want to limit the amount of moving pieces in terms of where votes are going. So like, instead of you having to split 2-2, I'd feel more comfortable in just getting your votes. And I promise you, I'll put my 2 at whoever you want. If that's Jess, I'll give her 2.
Okay, because like she's the only other person I feel like would at least like kind of.
I like Jen, and she's talked positively about you and Joshy to me. So I would feel the most comfortable getting 3 or 4 here. I think that secures safety. But I mean, I'm putting full. I promise you, I will be looking out for you. But I need to know, like, I'm getting 3 or 4 votes tonight.
So upset. I'm sad.
Who's going? Don't tell me mean.
I don't, Courtney. I think that you might be one of the people to get 0 votes, and like you'll be safe. You know what I mean?
Nobody cares about me because I'm literally a little vote.
I mean, that could be. You could twist that into being good for you, like that people are just overlooking you right now. That way, you won't even catch a vote to be on the board.
Because I have the most votes, like we could all put votes on each other, and then whoever we want out, I could throw my 1 vote on, and then I would still have 3 votes to put on you guys.
Okay, and I can add 1 vote to you as long as somebody else is adding another vote to you. You know.
0 is safe, but not the lowest is safe.
Right. So basically 1 or 1 between whatever the lowest number is. 1 between how many ever. So or Annie, if you want, since I only have 1 vote, like I could throw it out so you're not wasting 1. I only have 1 anyway. I
mean, maybe you should be the one to throw out the vote for the person that we want out.
Yeah.
Or we could just figure out the numbers and make sure like we all have 4 or we all have 3 or whatever it is, or
Yeah.
And that make sure only one of us is voting for. So do we feel like we want to just talk to other people, or do we feel like we want to try to make a plan and then see if we can get other people to join in?
I definitely think we should work with at least 1 or 2 more people.
Oh yeah, we can't do it just the 3 of us.
Yeah.
But do we want to? I mean, I feel really good about you 2.
Yeah, same.
Like you and I like understand each other. Like
I feel like tonight the writing is a little on the wall for me. I think you're safe.
No, but like I have such a huge crush on you.
You said the same about Joshy. You're homie hopping. Well, this might be our last date, Court, if I can't start rallying some votes here. I feel like Aaliyah said she'd give me 1, and so did Annie, but at the same time, like they could just be bullshitting. Like
no,
Annie,
I trust Annie. I trust Annie with my whole.
Annie said.
Last time people wanted Eli, so maybe him, unless people like him.
Eli, do you guys feel better about Joseph now?
I definitely think I would rather Eli go before Joseph. I feel like Joseph, I don't know though, because he's just capturing idols and advantages. It's like you said, it's gonna be hard.
He's accumulating them, yeah. And we could try to make 2 people have the lowest votes.
Yeah.
Right? Hi, friend.
I mean, so do you think we could get Ryan? Would we be able to get Ryan in on this, do you think? Or do you think he's okay, so he could be another person with numbers for us?
Ryan.
Because he's gotten 3, right?
I mean, maybe we should try to work with Aaliyah. She has nobody else.
I think Aaliyah might come in. I saw you alone and I was like, oh, I really want to talk to her. I don't even really understand what happened last night, but I know we have to move forward with a plan.
Oh, I went on, I yelled at everybody.
Well, no, that I understand. I was there for, you didn't yell at everybody. I just came from talking with Austin and he did not say he said your name in a positive way.
Austin did? Okay.
Even with last night, because I didn't know how that was going to go with you two.
I know I have a bad temper, you know, like that's the worst thing about me. And
Well,
I kind of just said
I
some
was telling
things.
my friend Elizabeth about it today. I was like, and then I said, she's female and she's a woman of color. And Elizabeth went, "Oh, she should not eat. That's like that's a microaggression. We don't do that."
But
But
like I said,
Elizabeth and I are very sensitive to that because we run
yeah,
a Facebook group of 28,000 women in Charlotte. So, it's a lot of feelings, a lot of
I
learning.
I appreciate you and I appreciate like your little bit of support, you know. So thank you, Jess.
And it's not bullshit.
I know.
Like last night was confusing for me, but I didn't like that we ended up on different pages because I didn't even know Kara was getting voted. What I just talked about, can we talk about tonight?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. What I just talked to Annie and Austin about. How do you feel about those two?
I mean, I think that like them and Courtney, I think that they're probably a trio. They voted together
Yeah.
quite a few times.
Well,
Okay. Well, you know that I'm a number for you both forever, but not today. Like,
I was like, wait, what? Oh yeah. Yeah. It will be interesting. There's
and I just want to tell both of you, like, in the event that I'm voted out tonight, just please protect Annie, okay?
yeah. Annie does not need protecting. She can hold her own. She's a 17-year-old.
I need Annie to protect me, to be honest. So
we're getting down to the final numbers. And I swear on my children with this one. Okay. I just feel like you're the only person I can tell this to. The dream thing to do would be to get the 4 girls together, get the vote guys that we get a guy to go home today, any guy. And then tomorrow we have 4 females and 3 males because Joseph told me yesterday that I am just a number. I'm being perceived as just a number. I am not a threat. That's how everyone talks about me. And he wanted me to know that.
He said that to you?
There's no reason that's going to help me. That's what upon reflection, there's no reason that conversation makes me feel good or makes me change my game.
I hate when, I don't know, do you watch House of Villains? So I don't have to.
I started it.
Well, okay, so like at a certain point, Omarosa's like, I don't want floaters in this game. People who just knock out all the big threats, the big game players, and then the people who don't even play the game make it to the end. And I'm like, I don't want that to happen here. And I definitely feel like a few people are kind of being like we have a few goats in our party, man. And I'm like,
agree.
I'd rather duke it out with people who like have played this game than like.
I know, I agree. And I'm thinking like when it comes to like the goats that we have, and like, don't take this too bad, but like Annie is definitely someone I look at as like a goat here. And I know that, like I said, like I know you guys are close, but like when I look at the board, like she's the one that like stands out that's available right now.
Yeah.
But I know you probably don't want to do that, so like I don't know who else you are like looking to in that light.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the person who I was like really just kind of would have been like the easy fill, move on to the next one, ends up winning immunity, which I'm like.
And I'm going to tell you something else, and I'm telling you because I haven't told anybody. Okay, I have a block of vote.
Oh,
Austin did not take that advantage. I took it. So I'm telling you because I feel like I'm proposing. I would like to go to the end with you, even though you caused all that stirring last night. I go to the end with you. I feel like you and we can talk to each other in a way I can't talk. Everyone else just feels like they're bullshitting me. Okay, so I'm just talking to you. Okay, and I'm not going to tell this to any of the other girls because I don't trust them. I don't trust that Annie won't tell Austin. What we have to realize is that the guys are playing loud games. And that to the jury may look better, right? If we could get the loud games out of the way, am I making any sense? I've put a lot of thought into this.
you are making sense, and there are, I wouldn't say like, it's like the Eli show, or it's the Austin show, or the Joseph show,
I don't know, man. It's like there's a few people that I could see anybody going up against and being like, this is what I did, what did they do, and like having a great argument. And so it's kind of like, how many of those people do we need, at this stage?
Do you think Annie's gonna throw you 2 at least?
I don't know, because I will admit, although I've worked with Annie, like it'd be kind of silly for her to not take a swing at somebody who's been a game player.
Yeah.
Like, this is when people start making moves, so
Austin and Annie would like to get Eli out.
Tonight? Okay.
Eli out is not great for my game, but I think getting a male out, getting one of those loud males out is good for my game. Like Eli and I have a connection. I want to be friends with him after this, even though he's just all sorts. I like picking on him.
I'm not trusting anybody. Like, I was kind of nervous that Ryan was throwing me under the bus too, because he was like, "Oh, we think a lot alike," and I'm like, "Fuck, if you're thinking like that, then like, are you trying to like?"
Oh, I feel the
'Cause
same way. I'm just
you
thinking like I feel like you and I are definitely probably like the two biggest threats right here because like I said, like people just aren't vibing with me and people are looking at you as bringing Courtney and Annie along with you. And then Joseph is like an obvious threat just because of compasses. And so like that doesn't really translate to me.
if he makes it to the end, he's winning.
Yeah, I agree, but I think he's going to run out of the compasses will end sooner or later and he's going to run out of them maybe beforehand. So I'm just wondering like us two being the biggest threats potentially, like what can we do to preserve ourselves? And that's what I'm wondering, like if you got 2 from Annie and I threw you one of mine, like if the person who I told like I'll give my 2, if I like didn't, like I backed off on it, which is shitty, but if I did that and you got those 3 and then that person gave me 2 and then you gave me your 1, that would bring us at least up to 3.
Well, if we each got 3, that's 15 of the 19. Like, I think that's good.
Need any because I don't have I'm exempt.
Oh, you don't need any. Oh, that's even
So my
better.
votes can help. My votes can help you guys. I don't need any.
Yeah, maybe you should put an extra vote on me just in case they're screwing me.
We should talk to them and see how they want to like divvy the votes up.
Yeah. And I know that
I'll vote
I know
for
that
whoever.
master planning something is not like my normal like how I like to MO this, but I feel like there is a real possibility that we could just knock this out.
I also
think
did
there's a
want to
good-
say that I would love to go to the end with you also. Like I've told
And
you
I
before,
wasn't
like
sure until recently.
I know.
And I've been
like I
proposed to
said,
4 times.
what was that?
I've been proposed to 4 times in this game. I mean,
And you're coming to me? Oh my god.
No, but Tom wanted.
I think we could do it. And
I mean it.
And I mean it too. And I truly believe you, you know, like you're kind of all I have. And I'm
Well,
glad
I think you are exceptional. Last night, I respect you. My respect for you went so high yesterday.
Thank you.
I don't like when women get knocked down.
First of all, I enjoyed the personal part of our conversation yesterday. Like I really,
I actually thought about it for a while, and
it meant a lot to me. And I wanted to say that because I know there's so much that's game and not game. I really was stuck on the thing of me, just being a number for people, and then I'm not like a threat like that. I don't know, like what. Why did you tell me that? Like, why did you tell me that? Like, people see me as the biggest loser. I don't understand.
I didn't say you were the biggest loser.
It hurt my heart so bad last night that Jeff had to come and snuggle with me instead of playing video games. I felt really bad about it, and I wanted to because I'm a direct person too, and I don't want it to become a thing with us. I don't know if you've heard any names of what.
I have.
What have you heard?
I've heard Courtney.
I've heard Eli.
I'm definitely down to work with you because I also want to keep people who are viewed as a threat instead of. I want it to be more threats than there are people who haven't played the game because then they'll be like, oh, wait a minute. Hey, we are all on the same level. They're way more challenging. Let's get rid of them. So I want it to keep it balanced.
And I think it would be like fun if the 2 of us did get to the end with like one other person and we could just say that like we came from the beginning of this game like this, got to the rendezvous and just spun up. Like we have totally different stories and like different ways we got to the end. And so that's what I'm thinking, like at this point, like it is maybe time to start like cutting the people that we are like close to.
Do you want to hop in the river with Ryan?
I'll be fully the only even semblance of a plan I've heard is to ice Courtney with 1 vote. And just get everybody else into 7.
Do you think Annie would ice her too? Like Annie and Aaliyah?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like if people will ice her. Like it's like literally just Aaliyah could just be like, thinking
the
like,
problem
okay,
the problem
everyone,
is the three of us really don't have much swing here.
literally, there's 5 votes between the two of us out of 19 altogether.
I know.
Have you guys heard otherwise in terms of plans or where votes are going for this round or no?
I haven't talked, literally, because I haven't talked to Jess, Annie, or Aaliyah, and that's half of the votes right there, and I haven't gotten a chance to speak to any of them.
I was thinking about Annie has 4. In one situation where Annie gives 2 to Austin and 2 to Courtney, and Austin gives 1 to Annie, Annie basically sends herself home, because I don't think anyone's going to be giving votes to Annie if they know that's what's going to happen. And
That is true.
the way that I'm thinking that it could work out is that we both read.
We sure did.
If we exchanged our votes, we would be very, very likely to be safe, given the numbers.
I was just talking to Aaliyah a little bit, and I want to see kind of where she's at.
Like,
Jess told me, she was like, I gotta crunch some of the numbers. I'll talk to everybody, see where they're at, and I'll be honest, I'm not good with the number crunching. I only have 1 vote, so that shit is gonna go.
I don't think there is number crunching if we're being, because you can either shoot for 0 or shoot for a bunch. So it's like,
yeah, and that's like
that's
all
why
you can do.
that's the only thing that ever made sense was like, and it's impossible to happen, is everybody agrees on one person to have 1 vote, and then because in that case everybody's safe no matter what.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
even if it ties, you send home the person you agreed on. Otherwise, as long as you get 2 votes or 0 votes, you're safe.
Yeah. Yeah, and do you think Joseph has a compass?
Yeah.
And can this stay between us?
Sorry, I'm just looking at the numbers. Yeah, sure.
I love Courtney, but she's very hard to strategize with. And my vote tonight would have been Aaliyah. If she wasn't in immunity, I was like, okay,
Yep.
Easy. But it's getting to the point where I'm just kind of like, and I love her as a person, but it's hard to play the game with her.
We have to trust him. I don't think he'd fuck up the 2 of us, right? I don't think he'd ever write our names down. I think Austin trusts us. I think he trusts us so much. I think that everybody knows that it's the 3 of us, though.
Yeah.
Ryan, though, is a little bit kind of, we could pick him up and put him over there. What if we did Ryan?
I don't know. What are your thoughts? I'm talking to everybody, but I want to work with you the most. Nobody has mentioned your name. So far, the name was Eli. I don't know how you feel about that. I just definitely think Ryan's a little bit more strategic than Eli. So if we have a chance to get rid of him first, I think that'd be smarter.
I would tend to agree there.
I think maybe you, Eli, and myself should get in a chat then. And I'd rather get rid of Ryan before he amasses people and goes against us.
How many votes do you have?
Right? I have 4.
God damn. That would be like a sneak vote, but like but I trust him too. He's a number for us. It's either like you are my ride or die. So like literally, I'm just like spitballing.
So
like we could like do like a huge curveball and do Ryan.
Yeah.
But like I like him. I don't want to do Eli, but like kind of Eli, and then also I kind of want to do Joseph. But is he like safe? Like
I have not heard your name. They are I think it was Eli, myself, and Ryan were in the chat for like all of 5 seconds, and they were kind of like, "Do you think he has a compass?" We think he might because he said it, but then retracted it, and I was like, "Well, if I had a compass, I would play it tonight." So I don't know if you're.
Absolutely.
That was a cute little message at the end of the challenge. I dug it.
Yeah. Thank you.
So is there anything to talk about with us, or are you just kind of ship sailed?
I don't think that's the case, It was definitely, like, fun banter. I don't want you to take it, like, fuck Eli, you like pitchforks. Like I wouldn't do that to you. That's not the way I play. That's not. But I did like want to talk to you because I was more so upset because like I really had a lot of like trust in the group, you know? So I felt like, I guess not personally, but like in the game, like I just kind of felt hurt because like I really, 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 really trusted you, you know?
Yeah.
So like.
No, I understand. And I'm sorry because I was like yelling too. Like I was being a total asshole when we got in our little fight. But I just don't know like what your plans are for tonight. Like if you do want to move forward with me and if I can cop any of those votes you have, but at the same time, like I do understand if you look at it like screw me once, like let's get after it. Like you know what I mean? And come for me. So
How many do you have, Eli?
We have 2.
You have 2. Oh, but the 2 is better than none, you know? 2 is better
True,
than
and
none.
that's what like I don't know what like when I look at the board right now, I see
Because Joseph's
Annie.
gonna play his compass 100%.
Yeah, 100%. There's no reason to even worry about him.
Nope.
But when I look at the board, I see Annie giving Annie. Oh, there she is. Annie, what's up?
Hey.
I feel like I'm sitting at like the gold dinner table with the 2 Ford voters. But I was under the impression, Annie, like I was just telling Leah, like I'm under the impression you're probably gonna split them with Austin and Courtney, just because you guys have been like moving forward together. Oh well,
That's
never mind.
not
then.
what I was gonna do.
Oh, you were gonna give them all to me or something?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna do. That was the thing. I want Eli
Oh,
around.
good. But yeah, I don't know what you both are gonna do. That's why like I'm obviously like, just like everyone else gonna beg and be like maybe a few like I'd pick up, but it's just I guess it depends on like if you think that I am someone like valuable to work with moving forward. I think I am, but just depends. But I mean, we could trade 2 for 2.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I think Joseph will definitely play a compass.
100%. You're
And
safe
so,
with 0. So like nobody's even gonna put a vote on Joseph. Because like everybody's thinking like, oh, he's gonna play a compass. So like nobody's even gonna vote for him. Hi. How's it
Hey.
going?
Oh, this is stressful. You must be so relaxed.
Very happy. I felt like
Also, you must be in demand as well. Everyone's like, let's me talk to this rich bitch.
I
who
know
has
they didn't
4
want to talk to
votes.
me yesterday. No
I
one
just-
cared about my
how the
vote
tables have
yesterday.
turned.
But no, I'm happy. I like to win. So I
Mhm.
needed to win. So that's all.
You did a really good job.
I had to get the thing done. How are you feeling tonight?
It could go either way for me, I think.
Do you think you have votes to stay?
I think there's one option for me to stay.
Okay.
Or I get 0. I
Okay.
think that's right. I think that's my read at the moment.
Okay. I mean, I guess a 0 thing wouldn't be that bad.
No.
Excuse me. She doesn't have. You have 2.
I have 3.
You have 3. Ooh, look at
Yeah.
you. Ooh.
Mm.
So I think if you think that like you have potential to get 0, then like would you like because I want to see you around. You know, you're somebody I would like to work with, and
I
I
want to
think
work with you. I want to work with Jez. I want to work with Ryan.
Okay.
Those are I think the 4 I kind of see at the moment. I don't know how
Yeah.
you feel about
Yep.
them.
I think so too. Because like Jess was kind of like one of the only people I really talked to on like the,
Mm.
you know, and I think that like I feel good with her, and it will.
She's so nice, and I've had a lot of like nice personal conversations with her, more than game talk, really, which I've really, really enjoyed. So I feel quite connected with her as well. And she mentioned that she feels great with you.
Congratulations! Safe Daytona Beach.
Oh yes, I'm at my grandparents' house. He was like looking behind the thing. I was like, go away.
Oh, let them be involved. Annie's got her thing, you got your grandparents. But my husband's making dinner.
Oh hey.
But well, I do also like wanted to really quickly, and this is not gameplay related at all, but I do want to just apologize for like how I worded things. And when you mentioned that, I was like, you know, that was not my intention, but perception is reality, and that's how it came off to you. So I do want to apologize for that, because being condescending is the last thing I want to come across as, especially to like people I don't really know. And you know, some people want to go in this game and be like, I'm gonna be ruthless and stuff, and it's like, once you get to know people, even if you don't really know them, like I don't want to hurt anybody.
But I do feel bad that like the way that the things happened with Courtney, and then just gonna say for me, like I don't think either Courtney or Eli are great for my game or anything.
It's
Take that.
in a personal sense, I'd love to keep her here to the very end, but in a game sense, I don't see where she fits in at least my game.
Yeah. I mean, I love her as a person. She seems really, really cool. It's just hard to strategize, and she accidentally let it slip in front of other people. Like when we were still separate, that I had an advantage, and I was just like, I had
We are talking about doing a mathematical thing where Courtney goes home.
I
She's
figured. I just talked to her. She's gonna watch this back and literally be like, Eli is going to fucking hell in a handbasket.
No, like for
But it's
me,
like self-preservation at this point, dude. And I really do like her. Like, even as a friend, like I'm like, she's the shit. Like, what? I think she does take it a little too personally, and I think that is tough, and it's hard to work around because, like, I don't know. Like, for example, like I was just
and we
talking
have
to
a
her, and
hard time talking all together because she just goes on. So
yeah.
let's keep going. So
So number
what
wise,
we
what are
need
you
to do?
thinking?
You have 2 votes,
I have 2.
right?
Ryan has 2. You have 3.
Yeah. So if Aaliyah is still game to work with us.
I know. I just asked her if she would put a vote on me, and she's like, "Yeah, maybe." Like, I feel like she's like
She
trying to be like flirty fun
she
about it, and to me, I'm
can we
like, don't play
can
like
I
that.
have just a conversation with you? This is just with you, and if
Yeah.
no one else finds out, it's because you said anything. So
No,
just
I got you.
please let me trust you. She
Yes,
wants to give 2 votes to me and 2 votes to Ryan.
I figured.
But I think we all have enough votes, right? That we can kind of game this. So if a group of us each have like 3 votes,
So if she gives 2 to you and gives 2 to Ryan, I can give 1 to each of you, getting you both to 3. You
mhm,
could give me 3.
I could, but
Ryan
I
could,
would do it, and I trust that you would give me your votes.
no, that's what I'm
Um,
saying. So I don't know
but
if you
I
want me
don't
to
trust
give
anyone else really so much.
if we can get me if you, okay. So
Okay,
if Aaliyah's gonna
so
give you 2,
I think Ryan and Austin are ready to dump Annie. Actually, just to let you know.
I figured. I've been asking Austin about Annie a lot. I was saying, "Oh, I'm assuming that Annie's going to give you and Courtney 2 each, and then you're going to give 1 to Annie." And he was like, "Well, because Austin told me he doesn't want floaters in this game." Which to him, and at first he was saying, "I really didn't want Aaliyah to be here. That was who I wanted to go home." And then I said, "Well, Annie," I was like, "No offense, I know you're working with her, but I think Annie's one too." And he goes, "Yeah, she is, but I wanted Aaliyah first."
Picking between the two, even if none of us trust either of them, I'd rather have somebody casting a vote next round who like puts their shit out there and it's just like I'm voting this, I'm targeting this. Like I think it's easier to work around somebody like that than it is to work around a player like Courtney. But I don't know, nor do I really care to be honest.
Because you know that Eli's always gonna pitch a name. Eli's always gonna tell you what he's thinking or tell you his idea. So at least you know what he's gonna do, or maybe.
Where are you gonna put yours tonight, Annie? Are you gonna save someone or?
I don't know. I might just like throw it on 4 people. But that's not a good idea. I don't know. I told you I
I mean,
never put a vote on him.
if you throw it on 4 people that you know are getting votes, it just kind of cancels out your vote, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, Eli asked me to vote for him, so I'll give him a
Eli's
vote.
asking everyone to vote for him because he's worried. He's asked Jess.
Yeah.
He's asked Ryan. So
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if I want to put on a vote on somebody to get someone out, you know? I think I just want to do a self-preservation thing tonight.
Yeah.
So
I think Courtney should go home tonight.
yeah, Courtney. And so like we could have Austin use his sole vote there, or
yeah,
like do you think that's the smartest thing to have everybody just distribute their votes on each other and one person vote for Courtney and then it's done?
Yeah, I think so. Austin and Ryan are keeping Courtney busy. That's good. I just
Yeah.
want to. Can I put something else in your ear just to out? And I don't. This is going to come back and bite me if you tell people. I feel like me and you and Aaliyah need to think about our positions in this game because we are
Yeah.
not proud players. right? All the loud people may not be good for us in the end.
Yeah.
Because they seem so obvious with their strategies. I would like us in the end, and I don't know how Aaliyah would feel about that, but
Just the two people I wanted to talk to.
Annie and I were talking about the three of us and how it is not advantageous for the three of us to go to the end with loud people. And the three of us, we have similar games. We have really good charities, and I think those guys are going to just try to pick the three of us off when it comes down to it. That's how I feel because they're so like every time I suggest an idea, new mentions, rendezvous chat. Joseph, oh fuck Joseph. He wants me to give him my 3 votes. I don't want to give him my 3 votes. Okay, here we are. So I just think we can reconvene, but I wanted to put it in both your ears because I thought about it a lot last night. I would like if the three of us could just put each other first over all the other people.
I'm down for it.
Me too.
Okay.
What are we feeling tonight?
I have heard that the safest thing to do to make sure that nobody else goes home is Courtney.
And
Is
yeah, that's what Aaliyah was talking about. That's kind of what Ryan was agreeing on. I feel like everybody's similarly on the same page. And it's like, Courtney is like, please, if I don't make it tonight, please protect Annie. So, hey, if you can make it to that top, you got Courtney. So, like, that is a great number to have in the jury.
I think the people that are likely to get 1 vote this round are Courtney, myself, and Austin. That's the way I see it. And I probably lose on a revote to all of them, which I completely understand.
Do you have a compass?
No.
Coming out with the questions. You have a compass.
No, that was a bluff. I don't have Ryan's. I don't have Eli's. I get the feeling that Jess, she's changed today, and I can tell. And I don't think she wants to work with me. I don't know where my 3 votes are going.
Eli, how many do you have? I'm so sorry.
2.
2. Eli,
Good.
you give me 1 and you give Ryan 1, right?
Yeah.
And then I give Ryan, you have 2?
Yes.
You give Eli 1 and me 1, and I give Eli 2 and Ryan 1.
Okay.
I think that will work. I'm trying to draw all this shit out. I have Austin nowhere in this.
Jess, I think Joseph's giving you his 3.
No, he's not.
I think he is. I think that Joseph's plan is that the safest bet is for you and him to give each other a 3 and me and Ryan to give each other 2. That's what his understanding is.
I told him I couldn't commit to that. I wanted to talk to other people.
And Jess has been really cold to me this round for some reason. I thought we had a good connection, but she's been a bit wishy-washy.
I don't think she trusts you. She didn't say anything negative, but she did mention, and please do not say this because she literally told Annie and myself, like, I'm only telling you 2, so I know if I hear it, it will be one of you 2. She just doesn't really trust you. And in the sense of where you were like, honestly, it happened at the first point of the game. I don't remember what kind of conversation you had, but she was like worried that she thought that you believed that she was just being brought along for numbers or something, or that she was like a goat, for lack of a better word, like the sacrifice at the end. And she was like, well, let him think that because that'll get me to the end. And I'm like, hey, I mean, that's a game strategy that people have won off of.
Yeah.
I just don't think she trusts you.
Okay.
And I'm not like trying to like blow smoke.
No,
Again,
that checks out. That checks out. I can see why maybe she makes that inference.
And I'm only telling you this because you had the same feelings, so I just wanted to like confirm that. But I don't think it's unsalvageable. Like, hopefully you and I can still stay close because I am definitely down to work with you more than really anybody here, because Eli was even like, oh, I think you and I are like really big threats, and I was like, okay, sure. Sure.
You said the same thing to me.
Sure, Jan. And I'd rather team up with you because I think Eli and Ryan are teaming up.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, he left. But that makes sense to me.
Who did he go
See, he
in
just
with?
Aaliyah.
Oh, okay. He wants to see if Aaliyah's giving votes to him. Aaliyah's not. I was
Joseph,
trying to-
before, right when Joseph sent you that message to talk, Joseph told me he wants to give you 3 under the anticipation that you are going to give him 3.
Oh, I gotta go. There's a line. It's not that I don't trust you. It's well, no, it is a little bit. I'm scared you don't give me your 3 votes. I am really scared of that.
If
I
I'm
feel
reading the room, I feel like Annie and Aaliyah have your back. And if
Do you
I
think so?
backstabbed you, I do. Because you've
I
been talking
think
to them for a while. I think
I
you're
think
good with
you're getting
them.
0 votes, and I think Courtney's getting 1. 10
That's a leap of
after.
faith. That's a leap
Yeah,
of
it
faith.
is. It is, and it's so because we can't all talk. It's so frustrating, and they're going to call us in any second.
I know.
Oh,
And look, I don't
I
know
don't.
whether maybe I didn't phrase it right yesterday, but what I told you would generally came from a place of caring and wanting to work with you, and it was my weird olive branch. I don't know.
Oh my god. I've been doing hinky votes all season, and I just feel like it would be poetic for it to happen to me tonight.
All right, hello and welcome everyone to the Day 10 Crossroads. We have 8 explorers with us. We will end up with 7 by the end of this. Quite the twist coming into today. One of my favorites, Neo Classic, the reverse vote. So you guys all know how many votes you have. The player who ends up with the least amount of votes, not being 0, will be eliminated this evening. If we come to a tie vote, there will be a revote. Everyone who is not tied will have 1 vote. So all players that are not tied in the revote will vote again. Each player will have 1 vote. Player with the most votes in the revote will go home. Let's get to our chat. Got to start off with Aaliyah after that huge win in the exemption challenge. With such a big twist, Aaliyah, it has to feel good coming in with exemption. And 4 votes.
Yeah, it feels amazing coming in because like last round nobody cared about my vote. Like my vote was like no one gave a shit about Aaliyah's, but now everyone wants it. So I think it's great. It's a definite twist, and I love to be safe. So in my Janelle era, thank you.
Annie also with 4 votes today, coming second in the competition. Kind of wielding a lot of power, a lot of things you can do. How did you go into this strategy session? What were kind of your thinking?
Yeah, this strategy session has been very unique. I was thinking, should I go self-preservation mode or should I take a shot? It's been a back and forth the whole night.
Yeah, I mean, a twist like this, Jess, definitely leaves an opportunity to make a move. Would you agree with that, Jess?
Yeah, I would agree with it. This was oh man. My biggest gripe is that we can only talk in these tiny little pods, so it's hard to get a big picture when everyone's talking to different people and we can't all go to the well if we need to or whatever it is, get water. It's so frustrating. And I don't feel like anyone here has a complete picture of what's going to happen tonight.
Justin, would you agree with that? Getting in the right rooms with people is kind of a lot of how this vote is going to end up?
Yes. I think this was a round that people acutely paid attention to who was talking to who and for how long. And not many people talk to Courtney, but that's just because it's not that people don't like Courtney. Everyone loves Courtney, but she doesn't have a vote, so there's no point talking to her from a strategic point of view, which is unfortunate. I would have loved to have spent an hour and a half talking more to Courtney, but it just wouldn't have been a good use of my time, unfortunately. Yes, I think being in the right room with the right... I mean, Hamilton said it first in the musical. We've got to be the one in the room, or whatever it is. verbatim.
Very
The
well
room where it
said.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the room where it happened.
Ryan, Joseph brought up something really interesting. How Courtney doesn't have a vote tonight, so didn't really want to spend a lot of time. I mean, different people are holding different amounts of wealth at this point, I guess. Were you kind of trying to separate your time depending on maybe who could help you more?
Yeah. No, I kissed a lot more ass to Annie and Aaliyah than I kissed ass to Eli. Like that's just how it has to be. They hold more power. That's how it's gonna be every round. if we're all gonna be the same way. If we think someone has more sway in a vote, that's whose ass you kiss for a round. If they don't have much sway, then everyone's trying to spread their wealth a little bit between who their people are. I don't think everyone's just limited to only one other person in the game right now that they can just give all their votes to. So you have to kind of see where the generosity could fall and kind of pick off little pieces of that.
Can I add something, John?
Yeah, always.
I also was one thing that worries me is having one person give someone else all depending on one person for votes was a big thing in my head. Because if I depend on one person for a vote and then they go the other direction, like I am out of luck, right?
Interesting, for sure. Now, I mean, Eli, the most votes one person can have is 4, so a couple people come together, they do outrank that. Is that kind of a push you're going with, seeing as you're kind of on the lower half right now?
Yeah, I think, like you said, where these people who won tonight and got the 4 votes, like, they do have a lot of power, but they have a lot of power until, 9:30, 9:45, and then tomorrow's, like, a whole new cycle. So, while, yeah, you do want to kiss ass a little bit, you also don't want to waste your time. And I think good players can win and get those 4 votes, but great players are able to bounce around that and find avenues to make it so where those 8 votes collectively don't really impact them. So I think that's kind of my goal tonight, especially after Aaliyah's comment after the challenge saying F your plan, Eli. So for me, it just went from, okay, let's dance. I got ballet flats. I got them in 3 different colors, and I'll put them on.
All right. Love it. Austin, I mean, you're only sitting on the 1 vote tonight, but that's pretty much all it's going to take to send someone home. How are you strategizing going into this? How did you find conversations? Were they short with you because you only had the 1?
Yes. That's all. No, no, it's been tough because I mean, I'm just trying to go with the consensus of where everybody's kind of at. I really don't have any sort of currency or sway for tonight. And it is tough because, like when I came in here, I was like Team George, villain, yeah. And now I'm like, dang, I've spent I don't know how many hours with everybody. It's like, even though they're like 1 inch by 1 inch on my screen, I don't want to come off as a jerk or be rude or hurt people's feelings. So, it's really tough to try to pick what avenue to go down. And at this point, I'm kind of in the corner where, I just have to go with the consensus and what's good for the group and not necessarily good for me. But that might be good for me because I am going with the group. So it's this weird back and forth.
Now, Courtney, we've already heard your name a couple times, saying didn't really have many conversations. You got to be feeling at least a little bit nervous coming in with pretty much no say tonight. What was your pitch to the other players?
It was that it's my birthday week, and I literally feel like that girl on Big Brother that was like, it's my son's birthday, like a couple years ago.
I remember. I can't remember her name.
It's literally it is my birthday week, and I just don't have any votes. I didn't understand the rules. I'm on Charlie Day. I am Charlie Day right now, and I'm like, what are the rules? What are the rules? What are the rules?
Well, if only we sent you a video and had an hour chat before the competition to make sure everybody knew what was going on.
Isn't your birthday next week?
It's my birthday week.
Okay.
Well, in fairness, Courtney, the game only really goes for 2 weeks. To claim that for a whole week is asking a bit much of the rest of the players now.
Here's what the finale is. Finale's only birthday.
Well, if anyone is feeling particularly nervous about the vote tonight, I think now would be a good time to kind of chime in, maybe throw in some last minute. Yeah, Austin, was that a hand up?
I just feel like at this point, if you're not safe, everybody should feel nervous because it's getting down to the nitty gritty. We're in single digits. There's more mods on the screen than there are players, so it's getting to the point where it's getting scary. I feel like unless you have the certainty of immunity, you should be afraid.
Very well said. With all that out and said, if you have an advantage this evening that you would like to use before the vote, now is the time to do so. All right, let's get to the voting process. Okay, if you have an advantage that can be played after the votes, now would be a good time to do that.
Hey Jonathan,
Hello.
I feel like people are finally here and have come to play Expedition online. So I don't feel that safe tonight, and going out a hinky vote is the worst. So I would like to play my compass. Thank you.
All right, I can confirm that Joseph does have a compass. Any votes cast for him will not count. Is there anyone else? All right, there were 19 votes this evening. Player with the least amount of votes will be eliminated. Our first vote was for Joseph, and it will not count. Our second vote is for Annie. Third vote is for Austin. Fourth vote is for Eli. Fifth vote is for Jess. Sixth vote is for Courtney. Seventh vote is for Ryan. So far, we have 1 vote Annie, 1 vote Austin, 1 vote Eli, 1 vote Jess, 1 vote Courtney, and 1 vote for Ryan. The 9th vote is also for Ryan. 10th vote is for Ryan. 11th vote is for Ryan. Ryan has 5 votes. Our next vote is for Austin. Austin also has 2 more votes. Austin has 4 votes. Our next vote was for Jess. Jess also has a total of 4 votes. It's 5 votes Ryan, 4 votes Austin, 4 votes Jess. The next vote was for Eli. Eli ended up with 3 votes in total. That leaves us with a 2-way tie between Annie and Courtney with 1 vote apiece. We will go to a revote. Nobody can speak. That includes sign language. Player with the most votes will be eliminated. So a regular vote on this revote. You can only vote for Annie or Courtney.
I'm probably gonna get in a lot of trouble because I didn't do what I said I was gonna do.
What the fuck is happening? I don't know what to do.
These people exhaust me. First off, happy birthday, Courtney. If this ties and I leave with 2 compasses, I'm gonna throw a fit in the most mature and normal way possible.
All right, the votes are in. Our first vote is for Courtney. Our second vote is for Annie. Third vote is for Courtney. Fourth vote is for Annie. Our fifth vote is for Courtney. Our sixth vote is for Annie. We are in a deadlock tie. How a tie works at this point in the game is we're going to have a bit of a chat. Annie and Courtney are not going to be part of the chat. The rest of you must come to a unanimous decision on who to eliminate between Courtney or Annie. If you are not unanimous in that decision, then we are going to go to our version of rocks, which is a wheel. Everyone's name will be put onto the wheel except for Annie and Courtney, who will become safe, and Aaliyah, who has exemption this evening, as well as Joseph, who carries a compass and is also safe this evening. Therefore, if we don't come to a decision, either Austin, Eli, Jess, or Ryan will be eliminated. So we're going to put a 3-minute clock on it. We're going to put a little bit of a rush on you guys. 3 minutes, then I'm going to count down from 10. And if you guys have not all agreed on a player, we are going to go to the wheel, and you may begin.
I voted for Annie over Courtney, so I mean that's where I'm going to start with at least. Yeah, if anyone, whoever didn't, if you want to explain why, like let's get this rolling.
No, let's make this easy. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna say everyone vote for Eddie.
Annie, you cannot talk. Mute.
My pitch to everyone is, I'm immune, so I'm completely fine. I'm gonna disagree with anything that Jess says. So unless everybody votes for Annie, y'all are gonna rock. So have fun. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna mute the rest of it. Yeah, I'm gonna vote. I disagree with anything that Jess says.
Anything that I say? I don't understand. Okay.
Unless you vote Annie, I disagree.
Yeah, Jess, I think Annie would be the best bet for now.
Wait, I don't understand why I'm in this. Like, I'm confused.
No, I understand why you're confused. I think we should move past that right now and then later discuss this. But I don't want any of us to go to rocks. I think that we don't have the time to like hash that out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like cut you off, but
no.
I'm with Annie. If Joseph, Annie, Ryan, what are you thinking?
I'm not leaving the game because of a wheel. So
exactly. So do you want to jump Annie too?
I haven't heard Aaliyah or Austin talk.
So.
But you still have to vote with us. It has to be unanimous.
That's fine.
So who do you think?
I'm fine with whatever y'all want to do.
I'm going to count that as an Annie if we can get Austin on board.
Austin, how are you feeling?
I feel like shit. I don't know. A part of me is kind of wanting to just say fuck it because I feel like I was a little misled tonight. So a part of me does kind of want to go to the wheel. But
if you
also, go ahead.
I'm just thinking, Austin, like you earlier said that you wanted to get out the floaters, and no offense, Annie hasn't done much this game. So if you want to risk your game for a floater in this game, like that's wild to me. Like you've been on a good path so far, so to do that now is just crazy.
No, I know you're right, but also it's like, I mean, the 4 in here is pretty intense. Yeah, I think I will also unfortunately go with Annie.
So is that unanimous? Are we all Annie now?
I want to get a verbal from each player if you guys are ready to vote.
Order?
Yep, we're going to do it out loud.
For Annie.
I vote for Annie.
I vote for Annie.
I vote for Annie.
I vote for Annie. Sorry. I thought about it.
Ryan?
I vote for Annie. Sorry, Annie. Nothing but love.
All right. With that, unfortunately, Annie, you have been deserted here at the crossroads in one of the most epic crossroads we have had in Expedition Online. Thank you so much for playing, Annie. As for the rest of you, you can go back to your chat for 11 minutes. And we will see
Guys,
you
no
all
hard feelings.
tomorrow.
I think you guys.
Oh
did
yeah,
great.
sorry, Annie gets last minute. Wait,
What the fuck?
I'm just shocked. Look, it was a crazy night, okay? I'm still a little shaken by it.
There is a reason why I am wearing a champion shirt tonight. It's because I'm the fucking champion. I have a huge target on my back. But I fucking rocked that round. I am champion. I am King George reincarnate. I am a cockroach. You cannot kill me. Not even a nuclear bomb can fucking kill me. So, fuck y'all. I'm still here. I made it to Final 7. Playing a bold game. I played a loud game. And I'm proud of everything that I've done. I do not regret a single thing that I've done. This is Team George we're talking about. George has been loud. Sandra has been loud. If people don't play like I am, I wish I could play against 8 or 7 other people that are clones of me. That would be fun, but it's getting kind of boring with people like Jess.
I have one vote that I'm voting for Ryan.
Okay.
I have one vote that I'm voting for Annie.
Awesome.
And I have one vote for Jess. And I have another vote for Jess.
I have 2 votes for Austin and 2 votes for Ryan.
Oh, my vote tonight is not an easy vote, but it is most likely best for my game. And I'm hoping that the little charade at Crossroads also kind of keeps people in line. Happy early birthday week, Courtney. I'm sorry, but my vote tonight is for you.
My first vote is going to Ryan. That's clear. Now, my second vote, I think, is... I'm going to go Jess. Sorry. Jess.
I'm putting 2 votes on Eli and 1 vote on Ryan.
This is not ideal. So my votes are going to people that I want to work with. I'm just changing one of them. My first vote goes to Austin. My second vote, I changed my mind 3 times. It goes to Austin. I wanted to give it to Ryan and then Eli, but then they're probably voting for each other. And my third vote goes to Eli. Fuck you, Jess.
I only have 2 votes. I'll take them one by one. First vote is for Jess. This was a trade-off agreement. I told you from the start of the round I was going to give you a vote. I told Ali I'd give you 2 votes, but I'm not going to stick true to that. As my second vote is for Joseph. I'm hoping you get cocky again and you don't play Compass, and then we just get to capitalize a little bit more on one more person that only has 1 vote to their name, just in case that happens to me.
I guess I'm gonna vote out Courtney.
And I hope I'm not making the wrong choice, but I'm switching it up and I'm voting for you tonight.
Sorry. That was just wild. I'm nervous about this vote, and I don't know if this is like the right decision, if it'll get worse over time, but I think I'm gonna go with Annie tonight. Sorry.
I vote for Courtney.
I knew it. Those pieces of crap. I think Courtney's probably going to get most of the votes, so I just like to make this clear. This vote is a vote of spite. This vote is for someone who doesn't deserve to be in this game and is a terrible player. I'm voting for Annie.
I'm voting out Courtney. I need an ally that's more active of a player and has a little bit more swing. Nothing but love to you as a person, but I just don't see you in my full path moving forward.
If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe, and click on the bell to receive notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes or bonus content.
8 of you left. Proud times, halfway there.
Until Megan comes back, we can all
Final 8. We got this.
When Megan wins Final 6 exemption, y'all won't be laughing, okay? That's all.
The
I'm
Meganing.
Oh, Megan. I'd much rather you. Oh, got a little cameo appearance.
As long as you guys don't get me out, like, are we the real blue boys? Am I the secret blue boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blue.
Courtney, I mean it honestly. I don't know how tonight's gonna go. I still don't know, and we have 25 minutes left.
Please don't put my name in your mouth. Please don't Chris Rock and Will Smith me.
Because you're my wife.
We are married to this game, so please do not put my name in my wife's mouth. Oh, I won't ask you again. Just
My birthday present to you is not giving you a vote. I'm not getting you anything for your birthday. It's kind of ironic.
No, I just want you to not do anything at all that fucks me. Unless you're gonna fuck me in a good way, but like no. But like I just don't want to be fucked in the world.
I would not fuck you either way, and that's not a read on you. That's a read on myself.
Not in that way. It's like please.
You swear you're giving me 2.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No.